Hi everyone. In this session, we're going to address sexual exploitation and abuse. The objectives of this session are to enhance understanding of SEA by development personnel, its widespread occurrence and its consequences, to enhance understanding of what we can do to prevent and respond to SEA, to highlight the impact of SEA and the requirement of staff complying with the Code of Conduct, to discuss ADRA Canada's and the Government of Canada's requirements on SEA. Sexual exploitation and abuse is the actual or attempted abuse of a position of vulnerability, differential power, or trust for sexual purposes. And this includes but not limited to profiting monetarily, socially, or politically from the exploitation of another. Sexual harassment, on the other hand, is described as any unwanted sexual advances, requests for sexual favors, verbal or physical conduct of a sexual nature. Takes place in the workplace setting between colleagues and coworkers. Safeguardings are defined as acts of sexual misconduct perpetrated by members of the aid world, whether against members of the beneficiary community or actors delivering aid. SEA has several consequences. For the survivors, they could face stigma or shame or retaliation from the community. For children born as a result, they could face additional poverty based on already dwindling resources. They may also face violence from the community. For the community, they may lose trust from the organization that has perpetuated the exploitation. For the organization, their reputation will be tarnished and they may face hostility from the community as well as potential loss of partnerships with other sectors. In addition, if it's an international organization, they may face being shut down by the government for having failed to protect and uphold the dignity of the very people they came to serve. For donors, they stand to lose funding, legal action, as well as reputation will be tarnished. So how do we respond to cases of SEA? First of all, we can work on prevention. And by prevention, we put in place mechanisms, of course, creating awareness and how people are able to identify and recognize SEA. Also, we should have reporting and complaints mechanisms at the community level as well as the national level. And to encourage our beneficiaries and members to use this to report any cases of SEA. And then also provide support for survivors to ensure that they're able to reintegrate back into society. The reporting obligation is threefold. So first of all is that we're mandated by the duty of care, just based on the fact that we are aid workers, we are development workers, we are required to protect the most vulnerable, the people that we serve. There's also a legal requirement. We are obligated to act and we're obligated to report. It is also a requirement from Global Affairs Canada as the donors to ADRA Canada. They want to ensure that no cases of SEA are perpetuated in the projects that they fund, but should those cases happen, then to ensure that they're reported as quickly as possible and addressed as efficiently as possible. It is also a moral obligation. We are doing it because it's the right thing to do. We would not want to turn a blind eye when someone that has already put their trust in us is being exploited or abused. ADRA Canada's PSEA policy defines our obligations to prevent SEA. SEA constitutes serious misconduct and grounds for disciplinary measures, and it covers all personnel, staff, volunteers, interns, anyone that is working with us. All implementing partners should abide by ADRA Canada's PSEA policy as included in your project agreements. All staff members, local partners, and recipients are required to sign the PSEA Code of Conduct prior to beginning the project. We also have a reporting complaints mechanism. and it's available on our website, https://www.adra.ca/complaints. So here, once you lodge in your complaint, it'll be directed to the appropriate person and action will be taken immediately. The Government of Canada's requirements on reporting SEA. Partner organizations are expected to inform Global Affairs Canada of any allegations of SEA that may arise in the delivery of Canadian international assistance. Global Affairs Canada will all track these allegations to analyze the trends and issues regarding SEA in international assistance. This information will be used to foster and support more effective prevention and response strategies when responding to SEA. So, who should report to GAC? Partner organizations should report all allegations of SEA to Global Affairs Canada. Individuals who wish to report an allegation of SEA should report directly to the organizations concerned. So, for example, if a case happens in Myanmar, Niger, or Sudan, it'll be reported to the national office first, and then that office will report it to ADRA Canada, and ADRA Canada will report it to Global Affairs Canada. Partner organizations should have mechanisms in place to receive and respond to confidential reports. And also, they should follow international best practices, including taking a survivor centered approach in addressing SEA cases. What to report? This reporting requirement is strictly for credible allegations of SEA occurring in the delivery of Canadian funded projects. Cases occurring in the delivery of Canadian funded projects include cases that are perpetrated by staff or associated personnel working on an initiative funded by GAC, or any cases that may have a negative impact on the reputation of GAC or of a partner funded by GAC. When to report? We expect our partner organizations to report allegations within 48 hours of determining that an allegation is credible. So, for example, if a case has happened in one of the implementing countries, as soon as it happens and it's been proven to be credible, then it needs to be reported to ADRA Canada, and ADRA Canada has 48 hours to report that case. So, as soon as it happens, it should be reported to ADRA Canada. For border safeguarding or sexual harassment concerns, partner organizations may continue to work with their GAC project officer if the issue will affect project implementation. So if a case of sexual harassment has happened in the implementing offices and maybe it has led to the suspension of key project staff and it will affect implementation of the project activities, then ADRA Canada would still need to know, and ADRA Canada will connect with the project officer for guidance on that process. Where and how to report. So all complaints should be lodged on the report form, which is sexual exploitation and abuse allegations in international assistance. And then once that form is completed, it is emailed to the Global Affairs Canada PSCA focal person. Once an allegation is reported, GAC will acknowledge receipt of all allegations and they may request further information through ADRA Canada. And so ADRA Canada will be responsible for gathering that information from the implementing partners. Additionally, we'll ensure that the privacy and confidentiality, integrity, and respect of the persons involved are maintained at all times. Organizations are directly responsible for investigating cases that are reported directly to them. Thank you for your time.